Have you ever been concerned that your service provider doesn't have your best interest and they might just be after you for your money? Year after year, consumers are being exploited by their service providers for not just a couple, $100 here and there, but the entire industry alone, billions and billions of dollars. So often when you sign up for these, your service providers, whether it be internet, TV, insurance for your car and your home, or maybe your cell phones, is that most of the time they give you some type of deal or plan in order to attract you to their particular service or for you to do business with them. These rates or special promotions have expiration dates, and when they expire, you pay more and they don't have to tell you. In fact, most of the time, you have no idea how much more you're going to pay or when the expiration is actually going to occur. This process actually has a name. It's called bait and surcharge. A review from a couple years ago by Harvard Business went into detail exactly how this bait and surcharge system works. In this review, Harvard Business calls out this process to be blatantly deceptive, with really the only sole purpose is to eliminate competition from provider to provider. When a CNN did a study back in 2019, they found out that it's not just millions of dollars, it's tens of billions of dollars each year Americans are being overcharged for services that they didn't ask for from promotions expiring to hidden fees that they were completely unaware of. Unfortunately, bait and surcharge is extremely hard to track and quantify, so we really don't know how much Americans are being charged. We just know it's a lot. And that's part of the reason why companies love this tactic, is because they know that it is hard for their consumers to track, which means they can't get upset at them when it happens, and it makes them a ton of money, and the government can't do a whole lot because they can't quantify it, they can't track it. So you may be wondering exactly which service providers that I'm talking about right now, and the answer is basically all of them. The ones that we're going to focus on today are the ones that influence your monthly bills, and that's going to be cable, TV, internet, your insurance providers for your house and your auto, your cell phones, and then maybe also some of your streaming services. But every single industry, whether it goes from what's happening at your house to you going on vacation, takes advantages of this bait and surcharge plan. Unfortunately, the problem has only gotten worse as time has gone on, and services that seem convenient for the consumer, such as auto pay and paperless billing, are actually hidden ways that the company has been taking advantage of. So auto pay is very convenient for many Americans. They don't have to worry about their bills getting paid on time, or if they even remembered to pay them, right? Life is very busy. There's a lot going on. We have families to take care of. And auto pay, it seems like a convenient way. And paperless billing, right? We're helping the environment. Plus, you get bills quicker because it comes directly to your inbox. The problem with these is that companies have used these methods to hide how much you're really being charged per month. They're hoping that they get their money directly from your bank account and that you eventually forget how much you're paying. And the way they do that is that they have these subtle charges that you're not alerted by when they're occurring, and your fees slowly go up without you knowing, because you expect to be paying, the same amount that you were paying last month. And if you're not, that they would tell you, and that's not the case, and it never happens. With paperless billing, you would hope that that means that you're getting a bill, some kind of notification to your email that you commonly use. Often this goes to the inbox that's set up for that certain provider. And those that are taking advantage of probably the most are people who are not tech savvy. This can include the elderly. Also, those people that are just too trusting, thinking that companies have their best interest at heart. And that's rarely, if ever, the case. The bottom line for every company is to make money, and they don't care who they get it from. In 2015, they found that 61% of people had at least one bill that was set to auto pay. Nowadays, that is closer to 90% of Americans. At least one of us have a bill being paid by auto pay. Found that 44% of Gen Zers that have an auto pay set up are actually taken advantage or have found that they have been overcharged when they shouldn't have been. So a lot of people can be affected by this, including myself. Growing up, I lived in a household that literally lived paycheck to paycheck. Most weeks, I heard my parents having an argument about which bills they were going to pay that week. And often it came down to which bills were going to be going to collection first, and that's how their decision was made. It was disheartening to see people that I cared about so deeply fight over something that I couldn't even comprehend at the time. And I don't expect this channel to impact many, but hopefully there is someone out there that can benefit from what I have learned, my experiences, and more importantly, my failures, in order to improve their financial situation. So why should you even listen to me in the first place? As I was saying, when I was growing up, my family was always living at or just slightly above the poverty level, living paycheck to paycheck. Nobody taught me how to manage my finances. That wasn't a thing that was really totally understood in my household. I learned through trial and error, because I knew that the only way out of the circumstance that I was seeing my parents live in was through education. I was the first person in my house to graduate high school with honors. I was the first one to go to a 4-year university, and I was the first one to attend a higher education beyond undergraduate. Now, 4 years after getting my PhD, I am totally debt-free, I own a home, and I'm supporting a family of 3. I was able to achieve all of this by asking questions and taking simple steps throughout my financial life that anybody can do. I'm the finance doctor, and in this video, I'm going to help you save thousands of dollars every year with only 20 minutes of work per month. Now, you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, I think this guy is a little crazy. How much can you really save by switching different providers and re-upping on promotions with your monthly services? Well, it's projected that 85% of Americans at some point in the last 2 years have been overcharged for at least one of their services. There was a recent study done just focusing on cable bills, and it looked at 787 different cable bills from 13 different providers. And what they found in that study is that on average, people were paying 24% higher bills each month. And what this essentially equated out to was $40 increase per month. Now, $40 doesn't seem like a ton, but if you think about the number of Americans that have cable and TV, which is essentially everyone, what it comes out to be is $28 billion. $28 billion of hidden overcharges that you had no idea were being taken out of your account. As I mentioned earlier, my personal budget, has been a victim of rate hikes numerous times. I am extremely careful about what comes in and out of my bank, and I always check what's going on. But even despite all of this, I still fall prey year after year to rate hikes that I didn't see coming.